In 1994, at a hospital in Texas, I had a heart attack on the operating table during surgery to remove my appendix. I found out years later why I had a heart attack. I was diagnosed as having Marfan syndrome and I am diabetic. In late 1994, my friend and life mate Roger succumbed to complications from AIDS in West Virginia. I had prayed to God that God would not let Roger suffer. I just wanted to crawl into the grave and die with my mate. I prayed that God would grant me death. I walked around like a zombie and every so often felt the systems of flu come on, where I just would cry myself to sleep to feel physically better. But that didn't help on December 1994. I awoke doubled over, went into the kitchen, fixed myself a cup of tea. I thought that I had an intestinal flu. The tea didn't work. I was in trouble and called for my mom. I asked her to please go next door to Aunt Flora and call 911. I managed to follow my mother next door because I didn't want to be alone. The police came with the ambulance. The paramedic thought I had acute appendicitis. They rushed me into the ambulance where I started to go into shock. They stabilized me and got me to the hospital. My white blood cell count was normal. On the x-ray, my appendicitis had wrapped around my colon. I guessed it was camera shy. Because of the tea, they had to wait on the surgery to make sure peritonitis didn't set in. When I signed the operating papers, I felt a peace that I was going somewhere, and I would know the answers to more questions that you could ever want to ask. At 5:45 p.m., I was wheeled into surgery, and they put a yellow oxygen mask over my face and told me to breathe deeply as they gave me anesthesia and told me to count backwards from 100. I never made it past 97. I was out cold. It was like watching a movie on a VCR that you pushed the rewind button and saw the movie in reverse. I saw how my life had been. To me, this is Judgment Day. After I saw my birth, a red drape came down, signaling that it was the end. I was peaceful. The next thing I know is that I see the operating room light and I'm floating. I look down, see the doctor and nurse working on my lower right abdomen. From out of the corner of my left eye, I saw a spark of white light come from behind me. I turned around in the direction from where I saw the spark of light. I then saw a portal of sparking white light and had the feeling of unconditional love coming from the portal. I flew through that portal so fast as